Hello, it's Phil Thatch, and once again, I find myself at Enterprise South Nature Park. Today's April the 15th, and we've chosen this place for two reasons. One, it's a pretty cool place to come and hike, and two, it is the only place open as far as parks around our house on April the 15th of 2020. We're parked here at parking lot 10, and I have Ian and Kacie with me for this. And they're over here looking at the map, and I'm going to show you the map because we left Ian's car at parking area 8. And I'll show it to you where it is on the map while these two are checking it out. Okay, so we are parked here, and we left Ian's car here, and we're going to hike along this trail, which is called Hawks Ridge Trail, which is rated as advanced, which is the highest difficulty rating on this trail system. So I've brought lots of camera gear. I have no idea what I'm going to be taking pictures of, but it'll be something. So follow along with us. Okay, so we have been hiking along for a little ways. We're about up to the first fork in the trail, and I've taken a couple of pictures of Ian and Kacie with the 16 to 50 kit lens, but now we've run across a wildflower here, so time to put on the macro lens. I'm thinking this is probably a spider wort of some sort, spider wort. There's several varieties. They all look exactly the same to me. There's Ohio. I'm thinking this one's probably Virginia, just because Virginia is pretty close to Tennessee geographically, but pretty flower. Pretty steep section. It still doesn't seem extraordinarily advanced compared to, say, getting to Middle Creek Falls, for example. And Rainbow Falls, even more massively difficult. This is kind of a boulevard trail, as my sister's husband would say, compared to those. Here's another wildflower we found. I believe this one is a hawkweed. It looks a lot like a dandelion, but I don't think it is. It's probably a hawkweed of some sort. If you can identify this, give me a comment below. I'd love to hear the actual name. Thank you. I made a photo of this painted rock with a sailboat on it here in the crotch of this cut down tree. There you go. So there's 100 bunkers here at Enterprise South Nature Park, formerly the volunteer ammunition plant, but none of the ones on the trail we're going on today are open. There's only 4 of the 100 that are open, and we're not passing any of those today. So unlike the area of this park that we hiked, was it a week ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. This trail has many, many turns that you can take, but they all have the same name. The other area that we hiked, each turn, the trail changes name, so it makes it much easier to figure out where you're at. And look at this, it's another rock on a stump. So I'll have to make a picture of that because I love it. These strategically placed painted rocks were a nice and interesting highlight as we hiked the trail. You know, I don't know if the rangers have placed these out there or if some park goer has placed them out there, but either way, I really enjoyed finding them during our hike. It was fun. Okay, so most of our hiking on this trail has been way up high in the elevation, but now we're down low enough to where we're crossing one of the Enterprise South Nature Park bridges across a little creek or a brook or something. Okay, so we hiked a little bit off the trail here at bunker 66, and that's one of the things you can do with the map here, because it'll show where all the bunkers are and they're all numbered. So if you're not sure where you are, you can hike over to the front of a bunker, and if it matches where you are, then you know where you are. So anyway, as we hiked over here to the front of bunker 66, slightly off the trail, we found this really pretty tiny white wildflower, and I made pictures of it and even took the time to get the tripod out to make hopefully a good picture, and I'll show that to you now. Okay, here's a little behind the scenes of how I was using the tripod. This edit is artistic. I didn't like it in full color and I didn't like it in black and white, so I kind of combined the two with muted color on the flowers and black and white everywhere else. And I think this little flower is called false garlic. although I could easily be wrong. Okay, this one is in way better light, this false garlic, and I'm manually focusing on this one because I have time. And I'll set the timer for 5 seconds, and then we'll do 9 more shots. And the flower was moving around, but at least one of the shots came out sharp, and here it is. This is probably my favorite of the macro shots of the day. This beautiful little flower with the strange name, false garlic, perfectly in focus with a not quite developed one out of focus in the background.
Y'all back there, little ducks? I guess only one of you will agree to being a little duck, and I don't blame you for that.
Yes.
Okay, two little ducks. Two little ducks. Following the, I guess I'm the mama duck. So that just got even weirder.
Okay, so now I'm using the macro lens as a portrait lens. And you know, up close, if you're trying to do like a head and shoulder shot, it will not go all the way to its widest aperture of 2.8. But if you're doing a full body shot like this from a distance back, you can shoot at f2.8 with this lens.
Okay, so we are coming out at our final destination now, picnic area number 2, also parking lot 8 here at Enterprise South Nature Park. We made one wrong turn, but it wasn't too bad. And it's really beautiful here at picnic area number 2. It's wooded, but somewhat open. 3 picnic tables, parking area for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. Kacie, how long did we hike? Casey's been keeping track of our mileage.
2.5 miles.
2.5 miles, not bad. Okay, so we got totally vintage, and we put my NIKKOR 105 f2.5 vintage 1981 lens on, and I made some couple of backlit portraits of Kacie and Ian. And
this is going to be my favorite photograph of the day, and probably by far. You know, this lens, and I'll demonstrate to you later, it's not good for full body portraits with heavy backlight, but for a head and shoulder shot like this, I really, really like it. It's rare that a not perfectly in focus photograph becomes my favorite, but even though Ian's pretty sharp and Kacie's fading out of focus a little bit, look at that beautiful background. The bokeh is fantastic, and I love the way the colors are in this photograph. Just really nice, muted, and beautiful.
Doing a little extra hiking, and we found another rock. This one had a heart on it, and I took a picture of it with the 105 f2.5. Okay, so we decided to hike all the way back to camping area 10, but this time we took a little bit different route. What's our total miles now, Kacie?
3.7.
3.7 miles. Not bad. Lots of fun, and all the way back here and there I took portraits of Kacie and Ian with the vintage 105 f2.5 AIS lens that Heather got me for Valentine's Day.
I really like this photograph compositionally. I like the way it turned out quite a bit, but man, backlit like this from this distance, that 105 f2.5 has the most chromatic aberration I've ever seen. Yes, I know it probably would go away if I would stop down, but what's the use of having a bokeh lens if you don't shoot it wide open? But anyway, I still really like that lens, but maybe not for this type of shot where I probably would have done better with my 85 1.8.
We hope you enjoyed today's content. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see some more, subscribe, hit the bell, and we appreciate you watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.